Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with a brand new anime reaction. This is Dealing with the Mikadono Sisters is a Breeze. Episode 1 and 2 reaction. Two episodes have come out. I don't know why. I don't know if this was already planned or something, but two episodes are out. So I'm gonna react to both the episodes. Yeah, so this is manga that I actually read. Usually I read mangas like 10 or 20 chapters or something and then just stop. This one is an exception, however. I remember reading it up until at least like 80 or 90 chapters. I don't remember much though. I'll probably remember bits and pieces when I start watching the episodes. But I do remember really enjoying it so much that I actually kept reading it. So this is one of the recent harem shows which has this whole one boy and a lot of different girls in the same place, like quintessential quintuplets, and a lot of other shows that we are having, which I'm not a big fan of. Like a lot of these shows I'm not a big fan of. Like the recent harems are absolutely horrible, like except a few. There's a few that are quite good, but this is one of the rare ones that I actually enjoyed. And I see like the characters are done really well, especially the main lead, the main male lead. he's he's a pretty well written character, and I feel like the biggest gripe I have with the recent harems are the main male characters are absolute garbage. Like, really. Yeah, so this manga actually had a really good main male character, which is probably why I really enjoyed reading it. So yeah, so let's see the anime. I'm very much excited. I've always wanted to react to this, so here I am. let's let's start the episode. So episode number 1 reaction. Let's begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Also, I will react to episode 1 and 2 back to back, then I'll talk about both the episodes at the end. Okay, let's get started. Here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Yeah. Like, I actually love all the characters in this manga as far as I can remember. All the girls, the main male character as well. Really good. Oh my god. You're weak. Right. Damn. I didn't realize his hair color is red. Like, I've read the manga, so. Wait, in the manga, did they ever show his mother? I don't think so, right? Or maybe they did later on. I don't know. I read up until 80. Yeah. Yeah, I knew this was. It's like, what? A total fail. Yeah. Yep. Mm. Oh, damn. Damn. Yeah. Yeah, his mother herself. Oh God. Ah, right. There's one of the girls. I think she was the middle daughter, right? Ah, there they are. The Mikadono sisters. Kazuki. Damn. Yep. Right. Mhm. Yeah. Right. Damn. Yeah. Right. That's so. Oh boy. Oh no. Yeah. He's like, but you guys are the one. It's been a while. I don't remember if the manga starts like this, but I feel like the manga starts in a different way, right? Or was it? I generally don't remember. Oh no, no, this is how it starts. Okay, okay. Hmm. Damn, that is. I'm sorry to say, but that was very robotic. Yep. But as he said, I don't need to be like my mother. I can be excel in whatever. Yeah. Hmm. Right. Okay, it's coming back to me little by little. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I remember this part. Dear you, I wish for you to have happy. Hmm. There we go. Right. Yo, yep. Crazy. Look at this place. Oh. He dodged it. Yeah, how did he dodge it? He was just getting beaten up in the. Well, I'm supposed to stay here. Um, can we. Yeah. No, I don't think she is. She's not. Bruh. Yeah. Right. Oh, the other two are here. No. Well, did your dad not say anything? Well, oh, there you go. Now the dad is calling, I guess. Hmm. Yeah, did I forget to mention? Did you mention to your daughters that he's coming? Okay, Kazuki, Nico, Miwa. Right. Right. That's the plot of an anime. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh no, stop. Yeah, it is overly cluttered. Um, yeah, what? Where we literally saw the whole place clean. How did that happen? In a matter of a few scenes. Huh. That's why you guys live like this. Right. Wow. Damn. Yeah, he's just doing everything within this little amount of time. Everything's clean. There you go. It's like, it's that easy. Yeah. He's very good at housework. Yeah. Wait. Is what's her name? The middle sister. Is her voice actress? Oh my god, what's happening? Damn! And she's yeah, memorizing shogi moves. You wanna get deleted. No, not the drug operation. They're getting prepared. Yup. Does he not have school? Yeah. Oh. Wow. Hmm. He's in the zone. Yep. Hmm. Right. Also, she does physical exercise and she's like fights and everything. So she needs the nutrition, the proper nutrition, more than the others. The others also need it, obviously. Wait, she her what? Is this Aoi Koga? Hmm. Damn. Well, yeah. Yeah, because of her brain. That's why she used so much sweets. Hmm. Damn. Oh, wow. Yeah, he's like, saying goodbye and all that. There you go. Disturb the neighbors is crazy. What neighbors? Oh lord. Okay, well, oh, well, it's pretty obvious. Well, it is because you are so normal that a lot of things that, like he will be able to understand and see, they won't be able to. Okay, good start. Okay, yeah, it is coming back to me little by little because, I read it quite a while ago. Um, right, so yeah, okay. Obviously, like, it's pretty obvious you can understand how this is going to go. Like, he will be helping everyone out. The thing about you, right? That's his name, right? Is that the fact that he's so, like his whole situation is so similar to the Mikadono sisters, where he wasn't able to interact with his only family. Similar situations with the sisters, where their father doesn't come home and all that. So that is why like they will sync properly. Like you and the three sisters, because whatever you say at the end of the day, both all of them are kids. Like a little bit of company, familial company is something that all of them crave. So like you was never able to get that properly. And okay, similar situation with the sisters, so that'll help. Okay, I'll start episode 2 reaction, but before that let me just check one thing. I need to check the middle sister, her voice actress, who is she? I think it is Aoi Koga. I might be wrong though, because the voice is, oh, it is. Okay, I was correct. Well, if you didn't know, Aoi Koga is Kaguya-sama's voice actress. um so right. And from Kaguya-sama Love Is War, Kaguya's voice actress. Okay, let's start episode 2 reaction. Alright. Episode number 2, let's begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here, sync it to whichever is the preference, and let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Hmm. Okay, well. Now, those things they will do. But as, their father is saying, it's the other stuffs, other small little things. Yeah, what is this? Yeah, what is this visualization? Mm, yeah, a lot of people will be. Okay. Research. Yeah. Alright, opening. Okay. Her secret. So you will need to properly. Oh yeah, she forgot. She said keep an eye on the nutrition, he's doing that. Like each of them like needs different type of a diet. Yeah. Right. How many books he has open? Crazy. He's cross-referencing each recipe book. Oh boy. Wait, what are all their faces? They look so damn bored. Oh. Hmm. Damn. The way she's sneaking. There you go. Yep. Like I'm pretty sure he like. Oh my god. Oh boy. Yeah, and I think he did it separately for everyone. Like the youngest sister will need more for the brain because she's plays shogi. So yeah. Yeah. There you go. A different meal for her. It is different, right? Yeah, kind of. A little bit different. For the brain. Yep. It's way standing. Yeah. Where is the other one? Oh, I think she still hasn't arrived. Oh, there she is. uh, yep. Bruh. Cheating failed. Oh yeah, it is true. Like because he made it different for her. Yeah. Damn. Nope. Oh my god. Yeah. Now? Oh no. What is he? Yeah. Oh my god. Stop. Yeah. And he leaves. Oh boy. He's gonna go to all the sisters and make all of them misunderstand. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember. She's the only different one because she doesn't really interact with anyone, as far as I can remember. Yeah, there you go. In that way, she's very different from the other two, and it'll be easier for you to talk to her compared to the other two. Well, oh my god. She cannot run because she never goes out of her room. Basically, she's Absolutely horrible. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah? No, I was talking about him being Subaru's. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so if he does that. Oh yeah, true. Her brain is. But the question is, what is it? Hmm. Damn, she's tired. Oh no, she's. Oh, she's ill. Fever, I think. Damn. Oh, it must be porridge. Oh damn. Oh, like, never mind. Maybe it's not porridge. I don't know. I've forgotten. I don't remember everything. You know. Ah. Taste growth. Hmm. Right. Yeah. Well. Oh no, we know how he acts. If you remember, he's very mechanical. Debut at two. No, but he. No, he cannot. As far as we know. All right, here we go. There you go. He sounds like one of those androids. Mom pull strings. 10 times. Wait, is she still sick? It's been 2 days, right? Hmm. She's still sick. This is actually not good. Like, like prolonged illness like this. Hmm. He's doing his research. And it still sucks. Yeah, because he was not acting. He's like, first time I've done it. True. Well, you have to eat properly. There you go. Oh, is she going to say what to make? Yep. Probably what she asked her mother. What? No carrots? I think it's something like that. Yep. Yeah, what? So no vegetables. Nah, man. That. Okay. Oh wait, is every ending going to be like a specialized ending for the girls? I think so. Carrot A! Her mortal enemy. Oh boy. Damn, she looks so different with long hair. Right. All right, there you go. That was episode number two. So both the episodes, episode one and episode two, we get to meet the characters. You know what? I'm gonna bring up the character sheet because first two episodes I don't remember any of their names. So let me just bring out the character sheet. It'll help me remember the names. All right. So we have Yu. Uh, his full name is Ayaseyu. The main character, the main male lead, and then we have the three Mikadono sisters: Miwa, the youngest, Nico, the middle sister, and Kazuki, the eldest sister. So these three. And as you can see, obviously, it is a story about, as Yu says, it is a story about him trying to become like a family to them. Now, I've said this like before, like starting the reaction, but I really like how this show, like, and it will be more visible as you keep watching. I really like how this show really balances the characters, and like there's a lot of shows like this that I've watched, and I generally have. I'm pretty sure everyone has like a preference, like, oh, like we want this character to win, like that kind of thing. Usually when there's like a harem, like a heroine, so many heroines, that type of situation, there's usually like a preference like that. I'll be honest, when I read the manga, I genuinely didn't have any preference because all the three girls are actually so good. Like, all of them were good, and I'm completely fine with any of them. Like, I'm pretty sure one of them, or I don't know what direction this is going to take, but surely there will be at least one of them who will get together with the main character. And I'm completely honest, I'm fine with either of them, like the three of them. Like, that's how well they like develop the characters of the three characters, the three main characters here. Again, I read up until like 80 or 85, I think, chapter. I'm pretty sure it goes more than that. So up until that time, uh yeah, it was like they were doing a brilliant job of properly pacing the characters and properly giving each of the characters proper character development. And one thing that I absolutely love about this show is the main male character. uh these type of shows, always the main male character is an absolute, I don't know, like they, like, I don't know what the this whole thing is, but main male characters of harem shows are absolute garbage, especially nowadays. Like, I don't know why they do that. It's probably to make the whole, like, oh, absolute worthless person, like, to, I don't know, maybe give them better character development, but the character development never comes. There's a lot of shows like that. And not only that, like unnecessary drama and stuff makes it really really bad whenever there's like more like love interests like this. At least up until where I read, this manga had none of that. I don't remember any drama. I don't remember anything. Like the main character is extremely competent. All the girls are extremely competent. Each of them has their own speciality. Each of them has their own uniqueness. And it was like perfect from every single angle, in my opinion. And I highly rated the manga. I was like, this is one of the best mangas I've read, which is in this genre, this whole harem genre. So I am very much looking forward to seeing this animated, and for now it looks pretty good. I don't remember every single thing from the manga because, like I said, it's been quite a while. So I don't know how properly they're pacing it. That I cannot really say because I genuinely don't remember how the manga was paced. So I can't really say if they're skipping stuff here or that. You can let me know about that. People who have read the manga can probably give me more information about that. How the anime is progressing and are they pacing it correctly? But just from like watching today's two episodes, I think it's pretty well paced. I like it. I like the adaptation. It looks pretty good for now. And yeah, obviously this is the beginning, so you're going to see more and more of you and how much of a great character he is. Not only him, all the girls are also very good. You might feel like these, at the beginning you might seem to, I don't know, maybe like a few of the girls, maybe they are not really, like maybe you're getting like annoyed with them or something, but keep watching. I guarantee you each of them, like, they have really good character development. Like, for people who are watching this for the first time, I'm sure that they might feel like, especially in these two episodes, um what's her name, Kazuki, they might feel a little bit like frustrated with Kazuki and stuff, but keep watching. Like I said, just keep watching. You'll I'm sure you'll, little by little, you'll change your like mind about all the characters in this episode. Like one thing we need to remember is that these girls, they are very similar to you. They are born in a family where their father, and I'm not sure what their mothers, like, who their mothers were, probably someone famous as well, um, are very, like, competent, and they have to carry that up, carry that whole thing, carry that, like, burden, and do as good or maybe better than than their father. So this expectation and all of them, and not only that, each of them are gifted in one specific thing, so they have to carry that around. They don't get enough time to interact with each other, go to school, do your thing, come back home, don't even properly eat, just get a few bites, like a few protein bars and all that, go to sleep, do your practice, like then go back to school again, do your practice. It's the same damn thing. Father is not at home, always overseas, outside, barely talk to each other, no human, like, connection, like no familial connection, none of that. um so many people expect so much from them. They are always constantly thinking like, oh, I have to do this, otherwise if I'm not able to do this, what will people think? Our reputation will go down, they'll compare, all those things. It's stressful. It's extremely stressful in that sense. Similarly, Yu's situation is also very much like that. However, Yu's situation was a little bit different from the sisters, because even though he was also a child of one of the prodigies, which is Ayase Subaru, he is not talented at all. So his situation is very similar to them, but his situation is that he knows what it feels like to have expectations but not able to, like, reach them. So he knows the failure side to it. That is why he can, there was a section in today's episode where you can see he was thinking that what would happen if they fare poorly in their respective, like, things. Like, he realized that they'll probably face the same thing that I have faced, and he doesn't want them facing that. So he knows what type of situation they are in. He knows what it feels like to be alone, like, and he knows it even more because at least these three have each other. Even though they barely speak to each other, these three are sisters. They do see each other sometimes and stuff. Yu's situation was even worse because, as you can see, he and his mother were the only people. His mother used to come, do her thing, go out, just, busy with her job. Like, he used to cook for his mother, but his mother didn't have time to eat or do anything. Barely spoke with each other, and he didn't even have any siblings. So his situation was even worse. So he knows it very well, like, the loneliness and, like, how it feels. And now he doesn't even have his mother with him, so he knows that, and that is why he will be able to understand these three girls perfectly, because their situations are extremely similar. They're from a similar background, and he knows what it what it is to fail. He knows that. So that kind of thing. So, like, these, they will be able to synchronize pretty well. And like, and as their father said, Mikadono's, their father said that they might actually reach some, like, obstacles in their life which might stop them and, like, throw them down. Like, you have to help them out in those type of situations. Their father said that. And then they will open their hearts to you. So, like, he has to, like, make sure that they don't experience that failure that he experienced, and that he has, like, gone through, and like, stuff like that. So emotionally, you could say Yu is very mature in that sense, which is something that all the sisters lack. Emotional maturity, not emotional maturity in that sense, but, like, yeah, like, in a way, emotional maturity, they do lack that, because they're like, oh, I don't need this, I can do this myself, I can, like, that type of thing. And they, because they have never had anyone do these type of things for them, they're never really accustomed to this, so they're like, oh, this is inefficient. And yeah, that is why at the beginning it might seem like they're being, very harsh on him. But like I said, keep watching, like it'll get better, and the whole situation will get little by little better. The time will come where these three will actively be, I guess you could say, actively be concerned about you, like actively be thinking about him, and like it will change. Now that they're like, oh, what the hell are you? You're just a mediocre person, like that'll change drastically, little by little. More and more they interact with him, and more they understand what type of a person he is. you know and not only that, the fact that Yu gives his all, like, like there was a section where Kazuki said that, oh, like he cannot even do anything, and when he said like, oh, my mother had some, like, pull some strings, she was pretty, like, disappointed at that. He was like, ah, he just, like, he never worked hard at all. But the thing she didn't realize is that the fact that even if it was something that, like like they pulled strings for, he tried his best, and the fact that he was never able to become like his mother was something that failure made him, I don't know, like made him give more hard work than anyone here has ever put into. You can see, like, he comes back home, he does the housework, he does the chores, he does his own things, his own, like, like stuff, makes food for them, then, like, practices for Kazuki's little rehearsal that he does all night, or most of the night, probably goes to sleep a little bit during the morning, goes back to school again, comes back home, does the whole, like, housework and everything, repeats. This is what he does. So if that is not hard work, I don't know what is. And Kazuki realized that later on, when, like, yeah, she automatically, she was like, oh, like, like, so many years he has been trying to do this and he hasn't been able to do this. Like, he doesn't work hard. Like, yeah, like, you can, like, come to a conclusion like that, but at the same time, she didn't realize the amount of, like, the fact that he really cannot do it, and the fact that he kept doing it up until now, even after so much failures. You need immense amount of like, mental strength to do that. Can you imagine, like, people constantly mocking you, telling you that, oh, like, you're worthless, your mother was this good, and like, what the hell, you're her son, you cannot do anything, you're a mediocre person. Can you imagine constantly hearing that, not, like, keep heeding that any mind, doing your own thing, keep trying to do better and better, still fail, and continue doing that up until now. Like, he's still trying, like, he's still trying, and he was never able to reach that position. So failure, like, failing something is obviously, like, like, yeah, it hurts, and everyone gets depressed and everything. But the fact that even after failing, and even after everyone telling you that, oh, you cannot do this, still continuing to try, and still failing, and still continuing, you need a different type of mental strength to do that. And yeah, and he has that. So there you go. Now, first episode obviously was, we get to see Yu was introduced as Ayase Subaru's son, and like, they kind of introduced the whole stage as, they introduce Yu, and then introduce the Mikadono sisters. They come in, they were pretty interested in him at the beginning, because obviously, Ayase Subaru's son. So everyone, they were like, oh wow, like, he might be very good. So each of the girls probably, like, as we got to know, wanted to recruit him to their, like, to their, like, like, thing. Like, I think, like, what's her name, Nico wanted to get her in her in the dojo, like, the whole, like, thing. Kazuki wanted to recruit him in the theater, probably because, Ayase Subaru's son and all that. But when they came and saw him, they're like, oh, you're worthless. And this is also where we get to know, like, his past with his mother. Now, another thing I want to talk about, his situation with his mother. Yu's situation with his mother was pretty unfortunate. As you can see, he at the beginning you can see that he was trying his best to like become like his mother, because obviously everyone said was telling him that, oh, you are her son, wow, you will be an actor, like something like that. He tried his best, he was never able to do that, and his mother was like busy and everything. He tried his best to interact with his mother never had time. Only when his mother got sick, got admitted to the hospital, like he realized after seeing the DVD, the movie where she plays as a mother in a household, he realizes that his mother also loves watching that, which kind of made him realize that maybe mom wanted to spend time with me like this, and she was never able to do that. She never had any time. She just wanted to be like a, like a normal, spend like normal family time. And the ending words for her mother, before she passed away was, I think she passed away, right? Yeah, they didn't really show it properly, but I'm pretty sure she passed away. I'm pretty sure, like, I don't remember exactly what happened in the manga, but I'm pretty sure they mentioned maybe that she passed away or something. I don't know. But yeah, um, so she said that, yeah, she passed away. Like, obviously, otherwise, why would Mikadono try to, yeah. She wrote that, try to, get a family that will love you or something like that. Try to like be part of a family. And now fast forward with the Mikadono sisters, he wants to become like that because he realizes that on all of them are in a very similar situation to him, and they do need help. He doesn't want them like facing the similar troubles that he faced, the failure that he went through, and like the sadness or the despair at the end of that. He doesn't want them to experience that. That's why he's trying to help them out. But obviously, like I said, a lot of obstacles, because suddenly meeting them, and they already have like a bad impression on him, because they're like, oh, you're worthless and all that. And so the first episode, you can see Yu tries to make food for them, and nobody's like eating because they have like their specific like specific food that they need. Like for example, Nico needs stuff for like maybe muscle growth and stuff, proper amount of protein, proper amount of carbohydrates and all that. um Miwa's whole like diet would be very different from Nico, because she doesn't really do much physical activities. She just uses her brain. So a lot of sugar, a lot of other stuff, like based on that. Kazuki's will be also very different, because she's in the acting kind of thing. So she needs stuff that is going to make her skin glossy, beautiful, smooth, and all that. That's why vitamins. So yeah, very, very different. Which later he realizes, and he decides to tune the cooking in that way, so that each of them gets like a specialized meal that they will be able to eat, and that will help them out. Also, in the first episode, we get to see that the Mikadono, like their father, calls him and tells him to help them out if they reach into like a obstacle, and help them out in those type of situations. Another thing happened in the first episode is when he told them that, oh, like bye bye, or see you later, that whole part where he comes to the door, and he's like, oh, you guys lost something, and they're like, well, what did we lose? And he's like, oh, you didn't say goodbye. At first they were like, what the hell are you talking about, like useless. They leave, but you can see they are kind of happy, because who doesn't like, like it's human nature. If someone tells you thank you, welcome, goodbye, or welcome back, it's something that you don't really pay that much attention to, but like you appreciate. Like I don't think there's anyone who doesn't appreciate a goodbye or a like welcome back. Like come on. And these girls will especially appreciate it, because there's nobody who has done it to them, has that's why. And yeah, and then we have episode number 2, where you special like fine tunes his culinary, whatever, the food that he makes. He specialized it based on all the characters, all the girls, and what they specifically need. So like I said, he made like a meal specifically for Nico, which is more on which will help her grow, her muscles grow and all that, because she does more physical exercise. For Miwa, right? Yeah, Miwa, it's more brain food. DHA, like sugar and all that stuff. And then for Kazuki, more vitamins and, like stuff that'll make her even more glossy, beautiful, and make her skin smooth and shiny and all that stuff. Like so yeah. And at first, Nico's the one who eats it. Nico's like, all right, fine, I'll eat it, and she likes it. And then we have Miwa, who was the second one who also ate it. But at first, Kazuki was like, no, I'm not going to eat it. And so she, like, you was more like, all right, I'm going to convince her. So tries to interact with her in school, gets into a bunch of misunderstandings with her and her fans. Same with Nico as well. Miwa was the only one who doesn't have that many friends, as you can see, because she's kind of like in just with herself. Nobody really talks to her. Like, yeah, people respect her, but unlike the other two who are like working with a group and everything, this is more of like a solo thing. So she like does her thing, tries to interact with the girls, but the girls were all intimidated because she's so smart. So they don't properly connect. And even though she says like, oh, I don't need other people, uh, obviously everyone wants company. Like that's a pretty universal thing. I'm pretty sure there's nobody in this world who doesn't appreciate a good company. Like, yeah, people might prefer to be alone, but I'm pretty sure even people who prefer to be alone would appreciate good company when they need it. Nobody can survive alone in this world. That is a hard truth. Like, even if you're like rank SSS introvert, you still need people. That is the hard truth of the world. So yeah, she like, like in the end, Yu goes and talks to her, and like shares his experience about the expectations that other people put on him because he's Ayase Subaru's daughter, son, all that, and like stuff. In the end, she asks her about, like, she was like, he could like interact and connect more with her because like there wasn't really any other people to interrupt them, unlike the other two. So he connected more with her and asked her about Kazuki. So she said that Kazuki had a meal that she wanted to eat, and she told her mother. So then Yu tries to think what it is, but then Kazuki gets sick, and like, and she's still not eating food. So this is where you can see Yu tells her that, oh, let me rehearse with you, at which she gets kind of a misunderstanding when he says that, oh, my mother pulled some strings, that's why I debuted at 2. But she didn't realize that even though that was the case, the fact that so many people put so much expectations on him and he wasn't able to fulfill that and he still kept going kind of shows how much mentally strong he is. And she realized that a little bit later because every single day when she comes, like when he comes, he's like trying to help her out with the rehearsal and he's failing. Then one night when she goes down, she realizes that he's like doing research on the how to tell, how to talk in front of a camera and all that stuff she's doing. And this is where she realizes that, oh, it's not that he just doesn't try. The thing is that he tries so much and he still fails and he still keeps trying. That is the thing. And that is what makes him exceptional. Because a lot of people would just be like, one time they try, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, then they'll just give up and try something else. But the fact that he still keeps going and going, fails and still keeps going, even while people are telling him that, oh, you won't be able to do it, you're worthless, and he still keeps going, that shows how much mentally strong he is. So and how much he wants to do it. In the end, he kind of like does a little bit of rehearsal with her again. Kazuki is more acceptable of him, and there was a time that she was able to properly say the lines. Now I think what is wrong with you is that he tries to focus too much on the script and he's like trying to do it when he's natural. You can see that time he was very natural with his dialogue, so he was able to do it, and he's like, oh my god, after so many years I could do it. So it's not that he cannot do it, he focuses too much on the fact that it's like a bunch of, like, he needs to be more natural. I don't know if this is going to get addressed later on, but I feel like there's a high possibility in the future he might actually be able to understand what he's lacking and how he should change the way he acts. And he might actually be able to be good at it, because you can see he is very obviously, he has the looks, you know, he has the attitude. Sometimes you can see you know, his whole like charisma like just oozes out in such a way, like and he probably doesn't even realize that, you know, when he makes those faces and the girls are like all just getting embarrassed looking at him, those parts. So he has that charisma, he has that like stage presence, you know. So if he's able to properly like be more natural with his lines, he will be able to do a really good job, and he might be able to like reach his mother's level in the future. So I'm, you know, I feel like we'll probably see that little by little, like not only the girls, but I'm sure that he will also improve in his own craft in the future. Either way, yeah, in the end, she's like, Kazuki's like, all right, I'll eat. And then she's like, I have a request, just don't put any carrots, any broccoli, any type of vegetables. And she's like, oh, so you're just a picky eater. So that's probably what she told her mother. That, oh, don't put any vegetables, I don't want any vegetables. Oh my god. Right. And yeah, and that is the end of episode 1 and 2. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Really good first 2 episodes. And like I said, give this a few more episodes. You know, it'll get better and better. I'm sure you will like it, even though it might seem like a few of the girls are being extra harsh on him and all that. Just keep watching. You'll see. You'll understand what I'm trying to say. Alright, so that is it. That was my reaction to episode 1 and 2 of Dealing with the Mikadono Sisters is a Breeze. I think that was the name. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed, comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that is it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode of this show. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.